Hi, everyone, and welcome to Go Clyde Productions as we continue our series of love and relationships. Today it's about men. So, ladies, please listen up to this. This was difficult for me. I only really had one poem about men, and it was based on my father because honestly, it is hard for us men to express sometimes how we feel, what we're feeling, our emotions, our desires, our thoughts, and our dreams and our hopes. And we're not always the best listeners either. And men, we need to develop our listening skills better so that we can better understand our wives and our daughters and love them even greater than we do right now. Men are wired differently. Deep inside of all of us guys, whether we are a writer, a poet, a singer, a dancer, an actor, an outdoorsman, an athlete, a businessman, a custodian, whatever it may be, embedded deep in us is a warrior spirit. It's really there. It may not always come out in a good way. Sometimes it's really embarrassing or maddening. But other times you go, wow, that's my guy. That's my husband. He loves me. He loves our children. He protects us and he provides for us. That's what I want you to see in this poem today. My dad, who this is based on, was part of what we call the greatest generation, excuse me. He was born in 1917. He went through the Depression. He was in the Army during World War II. He and my mom got married while he was still in the Army. When he got out of the Army, he went back to work in the steel mills and decided, I want to be my own boss. So he went to college. He and my mom struggled greatly. They lived in poverty. They were really quite destitute at the time with two little children, my older brother and sister, and then my other sister came along, and I came along later when things started to improve for them. But Dad worked really, really hard, and he loved us. He had a great sense of right and wrong, and we didn't get away with anything. And he expected us to respect our mother. She was not our maid. We were going to do certain chores and duties around the house because he loved her so much. Anyways, it's called Daddy's Tears, but I'm going to just change it to His Tears. So hopefully this will be applicable for all men. So here we go. They are tears that no one sees, masked by a rough exterior appearance. They are hidden hurts that no one knows, scars of failure, deep wounds filled with insults. Decisions often questioned linger in his soul. His work is never done. He's worked hard all these years. He never lost sight of his priorities, always helping your mom and taking time for you. Oh, there were times when he pondered what might have been if he'd chosen differently, but looking into your mom's eyes and into your eyes, he thanked God that he had the joy of giving you life. His tears were cried in quiet, alone in the shadows of the night, always working, always trying, but somehow many things didn't turn out right. When you were hungry, there was always food. When you were thirsty, there was always something to drink. And you always had clothes to keep you warm. They may not have been designer clothes or things that you wanted, or the food you wanted, or the drink you wanted, but you had what you needed. You watched him kneel down at night, your big, strong husband, your big, strong daddy, bowing down for strength, rising early before the morning's light to earn a hard day's pay. His heart is deep and filled with love. His arms are always open, waiting for your love. Although he will never tell you of all the tears he's cried, he's a winner. He did his job right in God's eyes. So when you unwrap your gifts today, think of his silent tears. Then you'll know God has blessed you with a wonderful gift so dear. And I wanted to let you know, too, that the line about bowing down at night for strength, my dad would do that. I would see him from the family room or from another part of the house walking to the bedroom, and that would be the next thing I'd see. He was kneeling down before God, saying his nightly prayers, praying for all the different situations, for our family needs and everything else that was in his heart. And men, I hope, not that you make a show of it, but I hope you teach your children to pray, and that you and your wife pray together as a family and pray together for your needs and for the needs of others. Anyways, there is the scripture that we've been reading all of this time from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8, and it is about sacrificial love. And when I think of my dad, I think of sacrificial love, and I hope my wife sees that in me also. And it goes like this: that love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And then just wives, the Bible tells us this. I'm going to read this from the Message. It says, out of respect for Christ, be courteously reverent to one another, husbands and wives. Wives, understand and support your husbands in ways that show your support for Christ. The husband provides leadership to his wife the way Christ does to his church, not by domineering, but by cherishing. So just as the church submits to Christ as he exercises such leadership, wives should also likewise submit to their husbands. The husband is to cherish his wife and protect her and to love her as Christ loved the church. And the wife is to respect and love the husband and submit to him as the leader of the household. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining us for part 3. Stay tuned for part 4 coming soon. Thank you guys. Love you all. God bless you. Good night.